And the 12 runners are walking in steadily. They're off for the Ballymore Novices hurdle, heading towards the first of the 10 scheduled flights. Shake 'em up Harry with a striped cap, one of the first to show to advantage, with a big getaway, watching the leaders safely take the opening flight, which they've all done. And the big breakaway briefly shaken along in midfield as they move on towards the second. Shake 'em up Harry then, giving a lead to the big getaway with the yellow sleeves and easy work in the hands of Rachel Blackmore, the maroon and white close up in third as they cross out over the second. At the back of the field early on, Shan Blue in the blue and yellow and Decor Irlandais with a white cap, and Envoi Allen tucked away against the inside running rail, red and white jacket, blue cap for Davy Russell, and racing enthusiastically off what looks a fairly steady early tempo. It's the keen going Shake 'em up Harry who will lead them towards the end of half a mile or more, tracked towards the straight by the big getaway, easy work racing in third, and then Mossy Fen, white cap out wide. Envoi Allen tucked away on the inner of Sporting John in the McManus hoops, and Longhouse Poet in the dark blue with the red cap. They in turn are followed by Getaway Fred in the yellow and green, who's out on the left of the group on straightening. Son of Camas, predominantly red jacket, racing just ahead of the big breakaway, and Shan Blue and Decor Irlandais remain the final pair, and they are all safely over the third. Long run now between the pair of flights up the straight first time, and it's the big getaway and Paul Townend on the left. Now taking over from Shake 'em up Harry, easy work continues to track them. Envoi Allen, who's raced quite keenly himself through the first 3/4 of a mile or so, racing in pretty much a line of four, working from the right across to Sporting John, Longhouse Poet and Mossy Fen, purple jackets, and they in turn are followed by the big breakaway Son of Camas, Getaway Fred, Decor Irlandais and Shan Blue continue to dispute the final two positions. So the big getaway approaching the fourth, followed through by Easy Work, who's now taken second. The pace is still pretty leisurely, however. Shake 'em up Harry landed in third, and then Mossy Fen wide of a line of three, Longhouse Poet in the centre, and Envoi Allen right up the fence. Russell saving all the ground that's been going so far. The big breakaway, red cap races next. Getaway Fred is out wide, and then Son of Camas. Sporting John has just drifted a couple of lengths further back in the field, but he's firmly in touch, and Shan Blue and Decor Irlandais will turn off down the hill, remaining the final two. So the big getaway on the descent towards flight 5. Easy Work sitting right on his tail, racing freely, a little bit warm as well, sweating down the neck. Easy Work. Shake 'em up Harry, having led them over the early flights, remains close up, striped cap, just in third to Longhouse Poet and Envoi Allen. Getaway Fred is riding behind Mossy Fen as they take that flight, and then Son of Camas and Sporting John and the big breakaway, Shan Blue and Decor Irlandais. Moving towards the halfway point then in the Ballymore, and the big getaway and Paul Townend continuing to dictate. There'd be a little more than 6 or 7 lengths covering the dozen. Rachel Blackmore and Easy Work, maroon jacket close up in second. Mossy Fen out wide's gone a little bit handier with Longhouse Poet the red cap. Longhouse Poet more fluent there than Mossy Fen. Getaway Fred is the first one to have a little bit of pressure applied in the yellow and green, has dropped back towards the rear of the field, and he's alongside Shan Blue in the blue and yellow and Decor Irlandais. Meanwhile, Russell still sits very quietly aboard Envoi Allen, blue cap in mid-division. Heading to the top of the hill, the big getaway, landing a couple of lengths clear on that occasion. And the tempo just beginning to lift a fraction. Easy Work continues to track them. Then Shake 'em up Harry and Longhouse Poet in the dark blue to Mossy Fen and Envoi Allen. The big breakaway's just become a little outpaced, being chased along, and so too Sporting John. Geraghty having to work his arms in the McManus hoops. He's now 6 or 7 lengths off the leader as they begin to run on down the hill towards the third last in the Ballymore. The big getaway out in front, stalked by Easy Work. Now Russell has pulled out Envoi Allen, second from the left, beginning to inch closer, upsides Mossy Fen, and just in behind Longhouse Poet in the dark blue. That was 3 out, and it was still the big getaway. Easy Work though is drawing up sides. Russell yet to twitch on Envoi Allen, now moving up to dispute third with Longhouse Poet, who's under pressure. Then the big breakaway with the red cap from Mossy Fen. 2 out, the big getaway still in front, still clinging on to the lead. In behind now, Slipstream streaming into the straight, easy work. Russell now shakes up Envoi Allen, asks him for an effort, and suddenly he's got 4 lengths to make up. Into the straight they come with 1 left to jump in the Ballymore. It's the big getaway yellow sleeves. Out on the right, easy work. Here goes Envoi Allen now, beginning to hit his stride on the near side, bearing down on them. There'll be 3 in a line at the last, but Envoi Allen jumps to the front. He lands a length and a half clear. Easy work is chasing him off up the run-in, but it's Envoi Allen over 3 lengths clear and galloping on remorselessly. The banker of the week, a star very much in the ascendancy. Envoi Allen, emphatic, wins the Ballymore. Easy work is second, the big getaway third, and the big breakaway was back in fourth, and they were clear of Mossy Fen.